So what I'm out here tonight doing is changing the oil in the final drives on the 89 link belt LS 2800 C Series 2. It's a pretty simple thing. I've just lifted the machine so I could spin this track. You've got a drain plug, a level plug, and a fill plug. So now that I got it up, just drop the oil pan underneath there and drain it out. What I've also got is a magnet in a baggie, because I want to know, have I got a glitter infection? If I've got a glitter infection, then you need to get some heavy mechanical penicillin to clear that up right away, because no one wants a glitter infection. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to track that right here. Before I cracked any of these things loose, I made sure I wired brushed it really well. Then I cracked it loose and wire brushed them again. I really don't want any garbage getting stuck in there. I'm hoping to see lots of oil and have it not be super thick. Well, I do see lots of oil. Remember to bring your paper towels, and not leaving them in the truck about 1/16 of a mile away would also be a highly advisable thing for you to do. The oil's coming out. I do see what I perceive to be some glitter herpes in there. That does not make me a happy camper. Well, it pretty definitely looks to me that the instructions, as I understand them, that this thing was a little over full. I don't know that that's a problem, however. You know, that oil just spools around in there. I don't think that I'd intentionally overfill it, but I'm not sure it being a little overfull is much of a problem. I'm going to go ahead and let this run out and go get the oil ready. Somebody's going to rip my head off, but I think if it was leaking and you made up some Jeep putty, axle pudding they used to call it, which is just a mixture of grease and gear oil. That's a reference to the old Jeep knuckles, where it would all just mix together in there. I think that would probably be okay. I believe the Midwesterners call it corn oil, which is liquid when you're running and solidifies when you stop. But regardless, something thick, dark, and slippery in there, and I believe you'd probably be okay. It's a lot darker than I liked. It makes me happy that I went ahead and did this tonight, even if I got in a little bit of trouble with the wife. She's jealous of the new mistress. I saw a little bit of glitter. I don't see anything really stuck to the magnet on the bag, and I didn't see any chunks. Great success so far. Well, there's a weird thing I don't like. I doubt it showed up in the camera, but that one right there was, no, this one, upper one, was in a lot farther than the rest of them. That appears to be a rub mark where the planetary gear sets have been wearing on it. I can feel it in there. It's not super deep, but you can hook it with a fingernail. So I guess my recommendation is use some Teflon tape and make sure they're sealed without having them sunk all the way in below the level of the hub. Don't go any deeper than flush with the plate. If you're going more than flush with the plate, you run the risk of something like that. Use thread tape or sealer, something to take up the slack. Maybe you go and get new plugs, but no no deeper than flush with the plate. Well, we're rapidly losing the light here, but I suppose it really doesn't matter. We got most of it done, at least on this side. I have decided that I'm going to hang on to my 140 weight because I don't want to buy any more. I'm going to go ahead and pump it full of 90 out of my all-purpose 90 weight bucket because I've decided I want to flush it. So I'm going to pump it full of 90 weight, run it the rest of the summer, fall, next year, and then drain it again just to see if I get any more chunkies out. Starting with a known clean oil. Just get the goobers out. Nobody likes goobers in their planetaries. Oh, I see it. Those are not load-bearing caps. We should be good to go. So that is how you change the oil, not only in a link belt LS 2800, but just about in all of these old machines. Later I want to pick your brains about, because it has sealed rollers, right? So they're not serviceable, and I know it's a matter of time when they start weeping that they go trash. I think there's an easy way, if we put our heads to it, that we can drill tap and put in a zert fitting, and then that would allow us to pump grease in them and grease them that way and get a whole lot more life out of our rollers. So when I get to that point, I'm going to pick your brains on that. As it is, good luck, happy rolling. Well, that's an interesting difference in color, isn't it? Don't know that I'm a super big fan of that. Maybe that's some contamination in the other one. Almost looks like used motor oil. How the heck did planetary gears get so black? Poop. Well, I'm glad I changed it. I kept telling myself I should, and then I kept telling myself, it's probably fine. I'm glad I did it. It's cheap. You should do it too.